You remember playing Manchester with the Oasis opening?
The Oasis story. Do you recall that correctly, the Oasis story?
The Mooks, the Knuckle Draggers, and trust me, the Oasis crowd at that time, you know, the footballers, the punters, the lads, you know, that was the beginning of lad culture, Ground Zero, University of Manchester. And we were supposed to be opening for Tom Petty, who had canceled. And they put us in the cafeteria. And Oasis had been signed like the day before or whatever to Creation, and they were just so fucking drunk, and their fans were the only people there, really. And we just got abused the entire time. And they sucked when they played. They were so fucked up. They were horrible.
But we came back after.
After we played, we got back. We went downstairs like it was a teacher's, like a classroom. And
There's
Liam,
like 30 people lined up.
right?
At
And
this
Liam had
table.
gone through your suitcase and put your underwear on his head.
There were like 30 footballers sitting around, and they'd gone through my luggage and put my underwear on their head. And it
No, this is completely invalid.
Shut up.
And he was like, you know, you pay him in blowjobs, you know, except with that Mancunian
He
fucking
went through
accent.
I'm gonna fucking slap that
He
son
had
of
his
a bitch. If I
underwear
ever
on
see
your
that
head.
son of a bitch again, I
And
will
Casey
fucking scratch his eyes out.
got in his face,
Drunken
and threw him down.
loser.
And
Did
the
he?
punters all got on Casey.
But he had you tackling them.
No. It's much more simple and less tough guy than that. Let's get some coffee. He said, and set the record straight. What happened was they drank your rider, you know, the beer and all this stuff. We were like, what the fuck, you fucking assholes? Came the fucking rider. And they're like, well, fuck you, mate. And they had about 20 of their friends around. They're all kind of like Mancunian, kind of hard boy football fans. And Leroy was like, man, he was like, man, you guys are pretty rude. And they're like, fuck you, mate, or something like that. And they said something like to you, like, oh, nice tits. And I said, fuck you, man. You guys are fucking out of line. Shut the fuck up. And they're like, oh, yeah, you want to start something? You want to make something of it? You know, kind of tough guy.
And then our tour manager guy
Casey's so
from
great.
Manchester, he like fucking steams in and gets everybody separated. He's like, you know, we've got to go, you know. So we're down the stairs, and they're getting more and more angry, and like the campus police, like security, were there to keep them from us.
So we're like, let's get the fuck out of here. It seemed like there was going to be a bit of a fight or something, you know. And they wanted to have a bit of a punch-up or something to show me, to teach me a lesson or something. So we left in kind of a haste.
They're fighters, these guys. You know
Well,
what I mean?
they were like
They
we
were
were
ready
like
to go. And
little
Casey's-
academics with glasses compared to them. They were like
I know.
badass.
We were going to get our asses
badass.
handed.
Yeah.
And we'd never heard of these guys.
We're gonna lose teeth, Brad. To be
So
honest.
check this out. I don't know if you remember this, but the little bus we were in was parked down at the basement, you know, outside where the loading dock was, and the loading dock was covered with plywood, like the threshold to the university, and it had wet concrete underneath this plywood.
And on the way out, there was a piece of wet concrete they had poured outside. They had like a kind of wooden pallet over it that so people wouldn't walk on it.
And the tour manager's like, let's go. And I was like, no, Leroy, come with me, you know. And he's like, all right. And he's like, what's up? I'm like, come here. And I had him help me pick up the plywood. And I took a stick in the wet cement. I wrote, fuck Oasis.
And Leroy lifted it up, and on the way out of the club wrote, fuck Oasis.
And I thought it was great because they're such a Manchester fan. Fucking awesome. I don't know if anybody ever noticed that shit.
Reportedly, years later, they paid the university to jackhammer and re-pour the concrete so it didn't say fuck Oasis.
But,
Loser.
yeah, I put it back over. We can go now.
Oh well.
That was a good time.